questionable. Dante Pettis, limited because of a back injury. Matt Breida, ankle, limited, questionable. Emmanuel Sanders, ribs, held out of practice. He's questionable. George Kittle is doubtful. All those are pretty much every single offensive player they rely on.
Yeah, they're not
guys.
Yeah, they're nicked up. That's for sure.
Nicked up. Some of these guys are not going to play.
I believe Breida has already been ruled out, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But it's listen. Things happen when you go undefeated for so long. But they'll be just fine here against Arizona. They're not looking ahead to Green Bay and Baltimore and New Orleans. No, they're not looking ahead.
I hope not.
They've got their eyes settled right here on Arizona. What are the injuries in Arizona?
Patrick Peterson is questionable with calf injury. Max Williams.
See, look at that. You can throw like crazy on that secondary.
Max Williams, the tight end, is questionable with illness.
The silent killers in the locker room in Arizona. This is great. You've already negated all the injuries on the San Francisco side.
Not even close. Chase Edmonds, running back, has a hamstring. He's questionable. Other players showing up. Terrell Suggs is listed as questionable. Jonathan Bullard, defensive end, is questionable. Zach Allen, the defensive end, was placed on injury reserve. Tackle Justin Murray is also questionable, and Jermaine Brock is questionable as well.
Better keep that silent killer away from Kyler Murray. That'll ruin everything. The other 4:00 game that we won't have much to say about, the Cincinnati Bengals 0-9 on the road in Oakland to take on the Raiders, who are 5-4. The Raiders are 17th in the power rankings. They're getting closer and closer to that 16 spot. The Bengals still unanimously 32. Raiders favored by 10.5. Bengals have won their past 3 versus the Raiders, including last year. But I can't even do it with this. I can't even do it joking. The Raiders are going to win, but I don't think they're winning by 10.5 in this one.
Nah, but you can still lock them. And question, how are the Bengals ranked 32 when I ranked them 40th?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that was an option. If I would have done the same. Let's see. Just for the heck of it, I'll let Monty chime in here. He's the Raiders superfan. Raiders lost Joyner for the foreseeable future and Carl Joseph for the year. They were the best players on one of the worst secondaries in the league. If you choose to lock up the Raiders this week, you are going to sweat it out and become a part of Neil's squeaky bum team. This defense is going to make Ryan Finley look like a real NFL quarterback rather than the backup quarterback he is. I think this game will be way closer than BetDSI site would have you believe. At the end of the day, I think the O-line and Josh Jacobs will do just enough to win, and hopefully this will be just a wake-up call rather than a full slice of humble pie. Turn off the talk show, stop reading the blog posts, and get back to work, hoping to see Mad Max and Clean Missile continue to improve. Raiders 27, Bengals 23. P.S. Monty included a GIF of 2 men on the back of an elephant being attacked by a tiger on our Slack page. Maybe we should share this on our Twitter. No, I don't even think we can share it. Man, it is graphic. The tiger attacking 2 dudes on the back of it.
They probably deserve it.
Oh my God. I'm sure they did, but at the same time, still, wow. It's not the way I want to go. That is not a top 10 way to die, being mauled by a tiger. I'm going to tell you that right now.
We're not talking much about this game. So as far as injuries for the Raiders, Josh Jacobs is nursing a shoulder injury. Offensive lineman Rodney Hudson, David Sharp, Trent Brown are all listed as questionable. As far as LaMarcus Joyner, according to this, he's doubtful for Sunday with a hamstring and is not nursing a season-ending injury. Take from that what you will. Defensively, Josh Morrow is showing up as questionable injury report for the Raiders. For the Bengals, does this even matter?
No.
AJ Green is practicing. Will not practice and is considered day-to-day. He should probably not play this season because, John Ross plays on injury reserve with the shoulder injury. Dre Kirkpatrick is questionable. Darius Phillips is placed on injury reserve with the knee. Bobby Hart, the tackle, is questionable with a shoulder injury. And Alex Erickson is considered day-to-day with a back injury. So Yeah. What's next?
By the way, aren't San Francisco and Oakland like right next to each other? It's only going to be 65 in San Fran, but 70 in Oakland.
Close to the coastline?
Across the bay, yeah.
Yeah. Let's say one of them was close to the coastline.
Well, there you go. The next game is the New England Patriots 8-1 at the Philadelphia Eagles 5-4. Patriots remain at number 2 amongst the superfan power rankings. I put them back at their rightful number 1 spot.
They did not deserve to be number 1.
The Eagles are, listen, when everybody loses, the Patriots find a way to win on a bye week. The Eagles are 10th in the power rankings. Patriots favored by 3.5 in this game. With a win, the Patriots can move to 9-1, clinch a 19th consecutive winning season. In NFL history, the only team to string together at least 19 winning seasons were the Cowboys, who did 20 from 66 to 85. That would be the great Tom Landry, I believe. Among the other 3 major professional league sports, a franchise has authored 19 or more consecutive winning seasons on only 7 occasions. The Yankees did it 39 times from 26 to 64. The Montreal Canadiens, 32 from 51. The 51-52 season to 82-83. The Bruins 29 times from the 67-68 season to 95-96. The Yankees did it again with 27 from 93 to 2019. The Red Wings 24 times, the 91-92 season to the 2015-2016 season. San Antonio Spurs, the 97-98 to 18-19. Spurs, and the Utah Jazz 19 times, 85-86 to 2003-2004. As for the game, Brady has 8 touchdowns, no picks, a 115.9 rating, and 3 career road games versus the Philadelphia Eagles. We are actually all taking the Eagles, and Patrick, my tag team partner as the Patriot superfan, writes in and says, if the Patriots were to lose...
You said we're all taking the Eagles.
I meant the Patriots. I didn't mean the Eagles. We're all taking the Patriots.
Patrick, I know I didn't pick my squad.
Patrick, our Patriot superfan, I know I didn't pick the Eagles either, writes in, if the Patriots were to lose to the Eagles, Cowboys, and Texans, that late season game against the Chiefs would have some serious playoff implications. I don't think that's going to happen, though, so I'm mostly concerned about defeating the Eagles without misdirecting our anger at the Ravens' loss on poor Carson Wentz. It's not his fault, and there's no need to pick him off 4 times and wreck him on the returns. Give the guy a break. He's had a hard year. Patriots offense could use a slump buster here, though. While the New England defense ranks first in completion percentage per game, the Eagles aren't far behind in 8th place. I'd much rather be facing the Cardinals, Chargers, or racists so Brady can find his swerve with Watson's new et al. By the way, he's referring to the Washington Redskins there. Fortunately, Philly seems to struggle defending the run, so maybe Michelle can get a bit of a confidence boost so it doesn't look like we burned both of our 2018 first-round picks. Heading into Baltimore, Pats had an average margin of victory a bit under 24. The Ravens' loss moves the scoring differential to a bit over 19. I think we reassert dominance here, though. Patriots win by, let's say, 22 more points than whatever Philly scores. I don't know if we're going to win by 22, but I feel fairly confident. We're going to cover 3.5 points. That's for sure.
The biggest issue I have saying the Eagles aren't good against the run, I know for a fact we're definitely top 10 in run defense, if not top 5. We are definitely one of the better run defenses in the league. The only team to go for 100 against us this year, I think 2 teams have gone for 100 against us this year, and that was the Vikings and the Cowboys are the only teams to rush for 100 yards.
And that's Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott, which
right.
Sony Michel is not.
So I don't understand how Sony Michel is going to go off, considering he doesn't consistently get carries in your offense. Get a couple of yards.
Offensive line sucks too. I won't mince any words there.
And our defensive line is healthy. My concern is offensively, because injuries are starting to take their toll. Jason Peters probably not going to play in this game. He's been limited with a knee injury. Andre Dillard, our first-round draft pick, has been playing well in his stead, and no one, unfortunately, has tested him yet as far as running, ET stunts or TE stunts at him on that side of the line, which I thank all the defensive coordinators for not trying to expose him yet. Unfortunately, Belichick will. Alshon Jeffrey is nursing an ankle injury, so he's limited in practice. I actually need him to play to keep what's his face? What's that guy's name? Who's your top corner?
Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, that guy. Keep him occupied so other people can try to catch passes. I'm talking about you, Nelson Aguilar, and Dallas Goedert with your dropsies.
Well, that's Jason McCourty and J.C. Jackson, so good luck.
Yeah, they're not Stephon Gilmore. That's the only dude I'm worried about. We saw those guys in the Super Bowl, and remember I told you that one of the X factors was going to be Nelson Aguilar, and he did almost have, I think he had like 88 yards receiving against you all on 4 catches.
Yeah, so he killed Jordan Richards, who's no longer on this team.
Jordan Howard is a limited participant in practice with a shoulder injury. Nigel Bradham has an ankle. He won't practice this week. We actually do need him back in the lineup defensively to slow down whatever Brady has cooking for them.
Yeah, unless Carson Wentz gets like that special potion that you see in the movies that will turn him into Lamar Jackson, like you have no shot against the boogeyman
stuff. The only thing that gives me hope for us winning this game is that we're at home. Our defense is playing better. It's not great. Brady will definitely need time. You mentioned your offensive line being trash. If our defense can get to Brady with the front 4 without blitzing, that's 7 people in coverage to limit the passing options. That's the only hope for us winning this game. On the flip side, we have to stay steady with the run. Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders, they have to get touches running the ball and not a lot of stretch because the Patriots are excellent sideline to sideline. But it's been proven in a couple of games this season that if you run between the tackles, you can get some significant yardage against them. And we don't need 8 to 12 yards a pop. 3 to 5 will work, and just keep pounding the rock inside to hopefully set up some significant play action. I still don't know who you all have to cover Zach Ertz, but that's probably going to be a double team situation anyway with the high-low linebacker safety combination.
Yeah, I would guess it's going to be Patrick Chung or Jamie
Patrick
Collins.
Chung.
Yeah.
He's questionable with a court date.
No, that's not true. The court date's not until sometime after the season.
Okay, well, he's questionable with powder on his nose. I mean, he's just questionable. Sorry. Danny Shelton, Nate Ebner, and Matt Lacoste also show up on the injury report. Matt Lacoste is the only one with a specific injury. It's his knee. He was limited in practice.
Of those guys, the only one of importance is Danny Shelton, as a big guy to stuff the run that you mentioned from the interior. Otherwise, the boogeymen, which, by the way, I put that in the top 5 names of defenses of all time. The boogeymen are going to get
boogeymen.
I love it.
Boogeymen.
Look, boogeymen. It's great.
Look, it's Belichick and Brady coming off a bye, and not just coming off a bye after they lost a game. So they've had 2 weeks to basically stew about that L.
I have that stat too. Where is it? It's not in here anymore. Darn it!
Coming off a bye.
Yeah, the stat coming off a bye. I believe they're like 14-2.
Yeah. What's the back-to-back losses? When was the last time y'all did that?
I think last year we had back-to-back losses.
Oh well, there's hope.
Yeah.
Slim.
Yeah. It's rare though. Before last year, it was definitely something that does not happen for the Patriots. This is a good one. This was another game that I think could have easily been flexed. This would have been. I can understand why CBS would protect this game, but again, the other game, the Texans Ravens game, should not be up against every other game happening at 1:00. That's ridiculous.
It shouldn't.
Sunday night football. And why I keep talking about a flex is because this game should not be played on Sunday night in front of a national audience. The Chicago Bears are 4-5. The Los Angeles Rams are 5-4. Bears are 20th in the power rankings. The Rams have fallen to 15th. They are favored by 6.5 points in this particular game. Since the beginning of 20